Voices in the air, I hear them loud and clear, telling me to listen. Whispers in my ear, nothing can compare. I just wanna listen.
This is a story of facing the most dominant pitcher of all. Fastball, curveball, one never knows what life might throw to you. But to beat her, you take the support of those around you, and you must have patience, strength, the will to dig in, and have the courage to face life into the eyes. And even when life caught Sullivan Sr., Aly Bennet, down and away, she still beat her to the bag, something she's done in softball since she was a child.
Didn't really have much of a chance. It was pretty much ingrained. Anywhere we went, we took her to the field. So she knew about softball from the time she could really walk.
Since Bennet has taken steps, her mother Sherry and father Tony have been at her side and are now assistant coaches to her high school softball team.
Now, you never know how good your kid's gonna be, you know? I mean, she like most young kids, you know, struggles a little bit, you know, learning the game, but she had a little knack for it, and I said she's gonna do pretty good.
Bennet was better than good, she was great. A starting freshman on her varsity team, she finished second on the Golden Arrows in batting average. But come sophomore year in her soccer season, Bennet had a life-changing circumstance none could have predicted.
Actually happened in sectionals. I got hurt. I don't know, I did a slide tackle, and that's when I finally, my hip was just giving out all the time, and finally they thought it was just a hip pull and a strain in my hip.
It just didn't get any better, you know? I mean, it just didn't get any better, and she got where she was walking bent over a little bit, and me and her mother says, we need to get this checked out.
It was 2 weeks of basketball, and she did like a jump stop and shot, and she said it just killed her. Just hurt really bad.
As Bennet found out one October afternoon, the injury was worse than expected.
I had a camp for basketball, and my mom pulled me out, and I could tell she'd been crying. So I was like, oh my God, who's hurt? Finally, they sat me down, and they were like, they called us and they said, you have cancer. We're gonna try to have surgery to get it removed, but if it can't, then you might have to do chemo.
Bennet was diagnosed with anaplastic large cell lymphoma stage 4 non-Hodgkin's. But after 15 months of extreme chemotherapy and the support of her community that raised money for treatments through sporting events, Bennet found herself on the road to recovery. And despite a bout against cancer, Bennet's love for the game of softball did not wither. However, her doctor told her she wouldn't be able to play contact sports while receiving chemotherapy injections into her chest. And at that point, that's when the Bennets got a little creative with an invention. They took a trip to their local sporting goods store, bought a fencing bra and a heart guard, put the two together, and voila! Aly Bennet was back on the softball field once again.
And it's actually used to have these long straps, and you would, strap it around you for people who have, heart problems. And we got that, me and Mom got the idea that if we cut the straps and we sewed it on in the place, that hopefully it would stay on, and that, it would help guard my port.
Actually, had her take a ball and kind of, because if it was tender or hurt anywhere at all, this wasn't going to happen.
And we started out slow. We just rolled some balls and stuff like that, and then we started hitting to her, and she had a couple come up and bounce and hit her chest, and I, again, hold my breath, but she said no, it didn't even faze me.
Bennet returned to the field for the Golden Arrows her junior year, and though she wasn't back to form yet, Bennet just wanted to show her teammates that she was one of the girls once again, and that she was giving it her all on each pitch, out, and inning.
I wanted to be, sad about this, and I didn't know if I could come back out here and do this. But I finally, just sat down. I was like, I can do this. I can push myself. it's gonna take a while, but I can get back into this. And then when I played all summer, I knew I could do it. And there was times I got to balls that I never thought I could get to, being in that condition. And, that also drove me to, want to be fully back.
Bennet is currently rounding the bases for Sullivan one more time her senior year. She's on pace to graduate with her classmates with a 3.6 GPA this spring, not missing a single beat in the classroom due to chemotherapy. Her head coaches named her captain of the softball team, but she's also returned to 2 other sports. helping both the school's soccer and basketball squads win sectional championships, and also donating her time with the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I think I have found my hero, and that's my daughter.
And if you have something that you want and you're really driving for, then you have to go for it. And you can't think that, oh, I can't do it, I won't be able to come back. You can always come back.